have a little spiritual hangover today. This is me real and raw. Pretty much, I went for a walk this morning. It's about all I've done. And I have my hubby's beautiful sweatshirt on because that's how I like to get when I'm in this mode, and when I'm in this beautiful zone, and when I'm sitting in the void. And it's really funny because one of the biggest reasons why I decided to do 30-day lives is that you could see the real and the raw of it all. It's not all the fluffy, high-vibing, whoop, whoop, whoop. It's sometimes just the nurturing, loving, wanting to be just with yourself, doing nothing and allowing it to unfold. I'll be a little bit slow today because I'm just allowing what needs to come through without thinking. So it's going to be beautiful. So this morning, I got a real clear indication. Well, first of all, yesterday was the Lionsgate, and it was huge. It was massive. And I did a beautiful transmission for the replay, probably about 50 people. And it was really beautiful, and it was very powerful, and it was very loving, and it was very expansive. And I played a lot in the upper realms, and there was lots of woo-woo work going on, which is the work that I love the most. And today I really got the clear message as I opened my little peepers that I was to rest, that I needed to give myself some space to allow my integration, because also one of my mentors is in America, and I did a session with her last night for the portal. So I was doing my manifesting as well, as we all do. Don't do what you don't teach, right? And of course it wasn't until about 10 o'clock last night, and so it was a big day. So I had the most divine sleep, and I woke up this morning and I felt like I had a hangover. It's what I call a spiritual hangover. And it's when you're in that space where you've got look at my eyes, they're like, ooh, look like I'm stoned. And you're in that space where you feel really lethargic. You don't feel yucky, you don't feel bad, but you feel sleepy. You feel like, it's a Sunday and it's wintry outside, and all you want to do is go and sit in front of the heater with a cup of coffee or a tea or a cacao and just put your feet up and just be in the moment and just be in that nothing and just be in that void. And you don't want to have to think. In fact, you really can't think. Today, this morning and this afternoon, it's getting to the stage where my ears are just ringing. They're ringing so much. And I know that it's the integration. I know it's the beautiful downloads coming in. I know exactly what's happening, but I never used to. I used to get into this place of, I can't stop. Oh, thank you, baby. I need water. Thanks, honey. I can't stop. I've got to keep going. I've got too much to do. And I'd be push. And what you're doing is you're actually pushing up against yourself. You're pushing up against the flow-based reality that you actually need to be in. You're pushing up against, you're basically banging your head on a wall. And what happens is, because you're pushing, and because you're trying to move through, and because you're trying to do what you need to do, it's like you've got this big ball and you're trying to push it up a hill that's like this. And it could be a big ball, it could be a small ball. It's still freaking damn hard, and you're wanting to keep, because what you're thinking is, well, I have all this to do. I'm in really beautiful flow. I've just created so much juiciness. I have to get on live today. I told them, I told them yesterday I was going to do one about, my brain's not connecting either. One about, how to become curious with the healing process. And I've got to get on, because, and this is the other thing, that the little ego in your mind goes, well, I'm a person of my word, and my integrity and my honesty and my truth and my commitments are what I always align to. And, I've got my clients, and this noise starts going in your head. So you somehow start to talk yourself into, well, I better get up. I better do what I got to do because I have to do it. I have to. When in fact, it's the key point where you have to move into a space of allowing yourself to do what you need to do so you can come out the other side even stronger, even just on all cylinders and you will get what you were supposed to do today when you come out of the space of the void 10 times faster. Like at the moment, You know, I've actually moved my calendar because I've actually also cancelled my trip to the Gold Coast. That was the other message I got. You need to take this week for you and just do what you need to do. Because remember, we're still in the portal until the 12th. So we're still in this beautiful manifestation. We're still in this beautiful manifesting state. And we're in this releasing state. And we're in the recaliber and, you know, all the different things that you've seen on my page. We have to allow the process. When we try to push it too hard, and this is the old paradigms that we're living. These are the old ways of being. These are the old ways that I hate that we were taught. Hustle, hustle, push, 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 go, go, go. Don't rest. Resting is for the weak. Losers rest. The successful people, they go, go, go. They push through anything. They go, they move, they shake. What a crock of shit. The biggest thing I have learned, and it was especially in my dieta, is when I rest, I come out at my best. I come out thriving. I come out and I go from where I was to it's like I have this forward momentum that I'm not pushing. I'm not trying to force that ball. It's just running down the road with me. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm moving and I'm back into my flow-based reality instead of in that push, push, push. Now, it's like when I talk about us being in the void in my container, and I call it my little bubble, my little happy bubble. You know how when I see your little bubbles, when you give me the love hearts that come up, and I'm like, oh, the bubbles, that gives me love. I have my own bubble too. It's not a Facebook bubble. Well, it is for you, but for me, it's my little, it's my nurturing bubble. It's my loving bubble. It's my bubble that I come in and I go, okay, so what does my soul need today? What's the best thing I can do for myself today so I can come out and be even more alive and abundant in energy, focus, clarity, oneness, the best I can be, and how I'm going to show up? What do I need to be doing right now? And I basically just say, what does my soul need right now? And this morning I got, cancel your trip, do it next week, rest, 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 rest. So I'm like, okay. I used to push that. I used to be like, oh God, you've got to be friggin' joking. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? I've got all these commitments. I've got what I need to do. And yeah, like there's a few things that I'll still be doing, but we can always create space when we need. We can always create space. Always. Half the time, I never used any of my sick days when I was working in the corporate. Never. I didn't want to let anybody down. I had this belief if I let anybody down, then I wouldn't be liked. I wouldn't be, you know, what would happen if I let somebody down? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. We all have different programmings and beliefs that are running through our heads to why we do things. When we can go within and really honor ourselves, there's a little switch that starts to shift. It's that actual self-worth. You're telling the universe, God, source, that you are worthy to put yourself first. That you do come first, instead of worrying about everybody else and meeting everybody else's needs. That you are worthy to take some time for you. That in the end, it is the best thing you do. We end up, and this is when we need to really go into our feminine energy. And this doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. We need to go into our feminine energy. We need to go into our nurturing state. Because what happens is when we're in our masculine, we're in our mind, and when we're in action mode, and we're in go, 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 and we're like, yeah, push, 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 push. Mind's controlling, mind's telling us what to do. When we can really shift into our feminine, which is when we want to just sit down, have a cup of tea, connect to our heart, nurture ourselves, be our own mother. This is where we start to reparent ourselves, which is huge. Reparenting yourself is huge. It's giving yourself the love that you so easily give to others. Because when you're giving yourself the love that you give to others, as much as what you are, you're also not only becoming your best friend. When you're giving yourself that love, then you're really setting the bar high. And what you give comes back. So when you're loving and nurturing yourself and you're filling your tank, then you can give more to the people around you. And sometimes you just need to take some time out to do it. And you need to allow the body, especially right now, to go through the process it's going through. We have just been through and still going through a massive ascension. You know, the Leo new moon, the Leo portal. I'm a Leo. This is probably another thing. You know, we're clearing a lot that we're not realizing that we're clearing, and even things that we are clearing. We're also bringing in like our DNA and our cells, and everything is moving and shaking. And I've done so many posts on this that I'm not going to go into this right now, and I don't think my brain would allow me, to be honest with you. Now, I want you to think about it this way. When you have a computer, you know, most of the time you leave your computer on standby, you keep putting stuff into your computer, you keep expecting the computer to go 24/7, especially mine gets a right going over. And then after a while, your computer gets really, really full. Like it gets full, it starts running slowly, it starts to get into that stage that it's just like, oh good God, I can't do anything else, I can't take anything else, I'm full, I've got nothing left, my computer's full. It's like, no more documents, you can't save anymore. If we don't, and we don't want to get to that stage, because that's when we break, that's when we crumble, that's when we get sick, that's when we get into a space of, you know, a lot of mental illness can come on because we're just so full. You need to think of your body like a computer. And our computer tells us that it gets to the stage and it's like you're 80% full. Your body does exactly the same. It gives you these little signals of, I'm starting to feel it. I'm tired. Please listen. Give me 15 minutes of sitting in the void, of sitting in the nothing, of doing nothing, of thinking nothing. And meditation is the best thing for this, and so is mindfulness. So when we can start to listen to our bodies and not get to the stage of when our computer gets so full that it either just packs in, or you have to then go down to and see the computer man for him to remove all the shit off your computer and defrag it and all that sort of thing, and you finally start turning it off instead of leaving it on standby at night. Your brain's the same. Meditation at night, mindfulness, let it rest. Then our body naturally defrags. We allow it to do what it needs to do without having to take that, in the end getting like, okay, I need to rest because I've just hit that wall and there's no way I'm going through. There's no way I'm getting that ball up. I keep forcing it to try and go up. It's not going up that hill. And I need to rest. And you get forced into a rest. Same as your computer gets forced into, I'm not taking any more, see you later. You must take these moments to defrag. The best thing, one of the most important things that I learned in my and I don't know if you know, but if you're new to my page, I had a 3-month healing journey where I basically did the bare minimum for 3 months. I released most of my clients. I got into the nothing stage. I did ayahuasca. I did plant medicine. I did lots of beautiful healing. I did lots of sitting, just doing nothing. And I did a Notarai dieta for 2 weeks. And you pretty much sit in a room and do nothing and stare at the ceiling. You drink the beautiful plant medicine and it just takes you on a journey. But most of the time, you are sitting in nothing. And it's what I call the void. And the void is the sweetest place on the earth, but it's the place that we avoid the most. It's basically the boredom. And when I say to you, what comes up when I say to you, go and get bored, go and do nothing, go and sit and look at hangover, look at, what's that thing called? A wall or a ceiling for 15 minutes. I couldn't even do a minute when I first started. I was like, my brain would kick in or something would happen, or, I mean, how would you feel about that if I said to you, right, go and stare at the wall? Oh, I hated it. Like, it was terrible. But what I had started to learn is that with going into this void, going into the nothing, going into this beautiful space of boredom was actually the best thing I could do. My body just started to rejuvenate. It started to, the resting state it was in, I started to get, my mind, bit by bit, started to clear. I did a lot of meditating. You do it, you avoid it. You also avoid the void because it's when your brain kicks in. And if we keep busy, we don't have to listen. If we keep busy, we don't have to hear the messages that are coming through. If we keep busy, we can just avoid what we need to look at. That was my biggest one. There was no way you could have got me in this space even 3 years ago. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to think. I just want to keep moving forward, go, 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 so I don't have to go there, because I don't know, and I'm scared of what's actually going to come out of my mind or come through my mind. It's another reason why a lot of us don't meditate. So when we can actually get into that beautiful void stage and we can allow the process, our body thrives. Our mind actually gets quieter. I would sit there in the end of it and I would just be like, I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to think. And the things that I received, the wisdom that came through, was beautiful. I was so connected to myself and to my higher self, to my body. I was in such an awareness of knowing exactly what I did and didn't need. I actually didn't end up eating for 8 days. I kept, because I didn't have to fill anything, because I was content with where I am. I wasn't pushing. I wasn't trying to avoid anything. I wasn't trying to block anything. I wasn't trying to uncover or understand. I was just allowing the process. And right now is one of those times to allow the process that your body needs. And if you're energized and thriving, high five, go out and use it to the best you can do it. But listen to when you do need to rest. Allow this physical body to give you the messages that you need, because when you get in one and you become one with your mind, body, and your soul, when you're being spoken to in any area of the realm of your inner field or in your outer world, then you can understand and you can acknowledge and you can, like right now, my body's defragging. I look tired as fuck. I'm not tired. I'm just in what I call the spiritual hangover. I'm in a la-la stage and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You will come out of the other side charging. And you will do, because if I sit here right now and I go, okay, so here's my list of what I have to do. I've actually just taken it down to only that. But, say that's my list. There's my list of what I have to do. It's huge, right? Let's just say it wasn't, but it was my manifesting list. But that's my list. Now, if I just sit here and I push and push and push, number one, I'm not going to do it properly. Number two, I'm going to cause so much turmoil. I'll probably get a headache. I'll feel like shit. I'll get worse because I'm not allowing my body to rest. I'm trying to force what needs to be forced instead of going, okay, so what are the key things I have to do right now? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I've got to get up. I've got to take the kids to school. Perfect. Let's do that. Then when I get home, do I really need to do that? Why don't I just pop in there and just grab enough for today and tomorrow for groceries instead of having to push? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get stuff that I just have to, perhaps really fast meals, because that's going to honor my needs. That's going to honor my soul while still looking after the ones around me that I love. And maybe my hubby or maybe my friend might want to take my kids for a night just to give me the space to be able to hop in the bath. Oh, I'm going to hop in the bath when I get home. My soul just got really excited when I felt that. Okay. And maybe I could work and do a little bit of work from the bath. Or maybe I could just surrender to what I need right now. The void is my favorite place now. I love it. Even when things come up that I know that they're coming up, that I need to be processed, I'm in a space of not having that chaos, that I can actually allow it to move through with more grace and ease and not so much of that force. Oops, where did I go then? Hello? So I think that's all my brain's going to allow me to give you today. Thank you so much for coming on. And let me know, if this has resonated with you and what you're going through right now. Allow the process. This is also the sweet process of ascension. This is the sweet process of receiving what your body actually needs. And when we're healing, we're actually in the state of the void, of the sleep state, of allowing the mind to rest, the body, the soul, and not pushing. The minute you start pushing, the frequency and your energy starts to go into chaos. It's like, oh God, no, what are you doing? This is too much. And you cause an adverse reaction on the other side. So allow your body to understand and go through the process that it needs. Listen to it. Listen to it, and be okay with if you do start to get stuck in the noise of, oh no, I should be doing this, no, I should be doing that, oh no, I've got this person's relying on me, and this, and that. Be okay to take a step back and go, okay, what do I need to be doing now that I have to do, and where can I honor myself to have some rest? And you might not be able to rest until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's okay, but at least give yourself a little bit of, take the pressure off. Surrender to the process, because trust me, when you start to, because I had probably about 6 meetings in the Gold Coast. When I energetically made the decision that I wasn't going to go, and I also had a beautiful singing lesson with the gorgeous Victoria this morning, and when I made that energetic decision, everything aligned. The accommodation, I was like, oh my God, next week's actually better for me. The 2 of the meetings were like, oh, that's great. That actually gives me some more breathing space. One of my other sisters is going through exactly what I'm going through. She's like, oh my God, thank goodness, because I'm exhausted as well. And I'm like, cool. Let's create some space. Let's create some space. Let's create some space. You'll be amazed at the noises in your head that you think that you need to keep pushing through are just old programming and beliefs to things and reasons why you actually do what you do when in fact you don't have to. And we can start to understand the depths of how our mind works. We can understand that a lot of the time we're doing things because we think we should be, when in fact we actually don't need to be. And we're honoring everybody else's needs before our own. And needs is the number one thing for self-love. So I'm going to go and love myself. And I'm actually going to go and run a bath, because I got really excited, didn't I? I feel my energy shift when I was like, oh, run a bath. Because that's what my body wants to do. And I'm okay with that. And see, I still managed to come in and do my commitment to my life today. And it's perfect, because you get to see the other side. Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm always high-fiving, everything's always great, everything's always wonderful, whoop, whoop, I live in this high vibrational energy. Yeah, great, but you can't always be up. We're not programmed, and we don't need to always be on that up. Be real with yourself, and be okay to give yourself a break. Am I acting again? Be okay to give yourself a break. Because your needs are what matters. And my two favorite sayings are rest to rise and rest to be at your best. And my husband delivered those to me one day about 2 months ago. He was like, baby, you need to rest to be at your best. And I'm like, oh my God, that's gold. I'm writing that down, taking that one. I said that, not you. Right? No. Rest to rise. Yep, that's mine too. Thank you very much. Oh, God, I cracked myself up. So take this time if you need it. Honor yourself, create the space. You don't also have to tell anybody anything. Like a lot of the times when I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to come this weekend. Are you okay to move it to next weekend? Not, oh, I feel like terrible. I feel like shit. Because you're also bringing yourself into that vibrational of the struggle when you do that. So don't be in the void, but don't lean into the struggle and the hurt of it, and just allow, just sit and allow. And whatever energy you have is what you can call upon if you need. To what you need to do to still honor the people around you if they need you. But you watch if you say to your kids, Mama needs a break. She needs a little bit of a rest. How about we have a great game of you picking up 10 things that are on the floor, just so Mummy can sit and just be in her love bubble. I don't know if that works. I don't have kids. I'm probably the worst person to give kid advice. I got lots of lots. This is what's happening as well. My voice is telling me it's enough. I got lots of foster kids. No, I'm breaking down. Okay, so I'm going to go and honor my needs now. If you have any questions on this, make sure you, as always, comment below or send me a message and I'm happy to help. Sending you all so much love. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey. Thank you so much for watching my video. If this resonated with you, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my magical videos all around manifestation, holistic healing, spirituality, and why I show and tell you why I call myself the life architect. Sending you all so much love.